Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Gardening with One Knee in Zone 5B. My name is Janelle. I'm here to help take the intimidation out of gardening and getting you on a path of food independence. Today, I'm going to can some diced tomatoes. Now, in my mind, I would like to use diced tomatoes on a salad. I would like to use them in burritos, tacos, things like that. So I'm going to can them in small quarter-pint size jars. I have my tomatoes all washed, and I'm kind of following the rule of thumb in this book. Most of the tomatoes that I'm using today are this size. They're San Marazano. It's end of season, so they're not real big anymore. And this is all I'm doing is cutting off the end. I could core it, but the San Marazanos don't really have that big of a core. So really all I'm gonna do is put my diced tomatoes into my jar. I'm gonna give it about a ½ inch headspace. And this is really all it is. And according to the ball canning book, I don't have to add any water because the tomatoes will create their own juice, but I do need to. Another thing I wanna show you is if your tomatoes have a funny spot like this, that could be tainting the entire tomato. I wouldn't recommend. So what I just did with all of these jars is I went through and I kind of just pressed down with my fingers like this, just to make sure that they were in there as tight as possible. And I also had, so now I'm just going to be adding a ¼ teaspoon of lemon juice to each jar. And that's just to bring up the acidity level so it's safe for water bath canning. My next little task, this is just white distilled vinegar. So I'm just gonna be wiping my rims just to make sure that there's no food parts on there, which I washed up 1.5 boxes of the lids during my breakfast dishes. So now I'm just gonna be putting them on like this. And then remember, when I say put the lids on, or the rings on finger tight, I just wanna make sure that they're gonna, that's all I need. I have my canner with water and my rack that my jars are gonna go on. All I'm doing is putting them in right now. I don't know if all of these are going to fit. All right, I just put the burner on and I'm just going to submerge these. Cover the pot. This is what I want to see, and I'm going to set my timer now for 10 minutes. Ooh, there's another one that's sealed. When you take them out, oftentimes your rings are going to spin real easily. Don't worry, your jar will still seal 9 times. So there we have it. 12 quarter pints of diced tomatoes for the winter. I hope you found this video informative. Please like, follow, share, subscribe, tell all your friends. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.